What a man can do, a woman can do better. Yem ya wana word in am. Yem wana word in am. Imitang ewokem po na mayika nga se sagado afam. Ama siyo fam efep. Even if esru fong fo ika nga pe esru fong. Akbe be rebe feru song. Abe rebe feru window. Ya discover ake ika nga sakosa ko fo do ya amaya anime. Yeah, man, it's fuel wakaba. Add more fuel, there's no fuel again. That's why the thing is not burning well. Iyem ya, he come out one award, he come out one, guess it wrong. Award, ye nam. Emma, no, ma, use extinguisher. You come back and I want award in nama. Okay. Iyemedika ma extinguisher nam. Extinguisher meguro CO2. Awuram buriyo aro CO2. Ayaka gero CO2. Extinguisher CO2. You might think okay. I can't any me can gas. But even if you gas, I thought be work. But as a nigga use game, you can't gas. Extinguisher CO2. Ayaka dage. Bye by me. You wouldn't may yadi ibun. You wouldn't may ibun to me won't get CO2. But I wouldn't mess up to go to Aru DCP. I'm not going to made into me. You would but they would have made ibun in one. And what for Nagaru CO2. I am also now for my one or would I get him from would I give so from. I have for on your phone, we have a matter. And no more on you now. Madam, I'm a fucking throw, even a better is young for go for. I'm a fuck. I'm a book up about Euro. I'm a fuck. You can't have any Mayak against one and I had your own. I'm a book up about Euro, who's any zoom for. Because of an I don't wake up on through. Who feel I am an apple. So who's any zoo? I'm asking zoo. I can utafin. So ma for corner Arab so you.
Check, 2, yeah.
Eminem, give the volume.
Hello. Anyem pass. Pass out of the camera operate this extinguisher. Who can't anyhow. Before come extinguisher, I say operate, you operate anyhow. That bank for Unam. Am I using Guru pass? Attack bank. Extinguisher, I mean, Guru lock. Lock or a good safety pin. Mpoma lock, yes, I am again. Abana Arabe for Uber of it. Seba Runko Buffy, dear. CO2 became a giddy war. Kentaro, Mosne. So that bank for Unaro for Guru safety pin. Pass out of Pierre or pull out the safety pin. Attack bank for Unaro. Muro ko fin buke. Muro ko fin buke. Muro ko buke. Sinaze sen pom rake ama arpe abana arpe foru ada bu ko fi ke aye ti ngo wo ngom pom. So sinaze sen loko merum. So ta pam po fo unam. Aw mom pom fa ka igurum pom safety pin. Pull out the safety pin am mo fa ka kama ku pom fu. Ama mo fa ka era no em. Ma na ma tanga bonam. Mana san fuel. Ame rabbe mboro boko.
You know what's a fake? Don't worry, can you ask me?
San fuel. San kwa yang yet. Atak pam bo unam. Before voting of fik. Anen gba guro pass PASS. Apam bodo vero. San fuel ya wa ko san fuel ya wa. Apam bo na ya ro ukwagaru. Ukwagaru afaka. Dina ma ro faka era no em. Ana I am at the seat of the fire. Agbe fi ke nyong. Yiga bi ni me. Fueli waka. Ama no daga. Esen fuel ya wak now. Esen fuel ya wak. Ibo ka fuel dong. Inyang ma tanga funam. Akpam bo pass PASS. Akpam bo pull out the safety pin. I followed the safety pin efaka. Then I aim at the base of the fire. Then I fig ukwaru. Side by side. Anu ko ka upon nas. Anu ko ka ufin. So regang aro ni me. Yem yawi ba word yeri nam na inamaro. Yem yawi ba wori nam na na ro wan ger yewden get. Aw wan ger yewden get wori nam. Ama ema bari kan isan akpam boro veri faka u kwa mo ye kamaru. Ama faka ma afoben akbere efri kangaru asakaru. Ama ben ekbere efrero. Afofik ama fik CO2 ya wo afofik amerika obo fin amerika obo nasja. Hikanga ya ni me. I don't know. Ura ngang tongi kangaru. Ura ngang famero. Ara ge reme famero. Ema fi semi. Ema fi o wi fi ge nennen. Awunam dum mi. Side to side. Ya wan gere wodi yo nam na mano. Yemo wan gere wodi nam pom na yo na maro so ra ni bong gi nam fen. Okay, eben cylinder ya na maroke aroke cylinder. very close.
This mic, right? When you tap, you are hearing it inside.
But it looks as if they think it's not sound.
No, there's the speakers.
Oh,
They can
oh,
hear you, so they can hear you tap.
Okay. It's na kama extinguisher meno mikang. Me buke ma bu figa extinguisher gu figa yen nennen. Ama figa fonu ko wong fun tummi. So that he can also one email. I will do it. Yemerina maroke cylinder idagaro. Yini iwana na mekang ke cylinder. Muro ko fin buke be franc po ke cylinder ya ikangarong po fo franc aru. Aro fori akpita pam po fo unam akbe franc po. Ika o beke arana fo franc aru. Ata pam po fo una aro fo irape. Uko ba sio kap. Ama ko ba sio ma aro fo fiaka. Cylinder foro a off. Ika ngaya ni me. Muro ko fin buke be franc po sinam yika ngasak. Aro afam. So ama sang turo vera pe towel asam towel ke mong anye renge ara pe fok arab ama fok ya fon afam ituwo ikangaro ya ni me das buru kanu utuwo boro ufiaku ofor o maybe ka ituwo boro nye fe fi me boro abo ya use mpo afok then buru ni nga towel se bene fok ake mi pe pel idoko ni how pelong pele ma buni kan ya inu asilindam afu me ya biso idorok pel siri buni kan inu asilindam aro ma ro nye afu akopo nye fon ke bu use aya akopo nye ya ka ya afu me ro ko ba ama fok afu mi ko ba aya ka dagi higangaro ya ni me ya wo ori nam na ina maro uden ke yo wan ke yeme wu ke wodi ya uden ke yo wan ke wodi nam na ina maro aw wan ke yo uden ke awodi nam ari nam ikang na inyong ina mero. What a man can do, a woman can do better. Aya fucked up.
Very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. We kindly request that we take seats and as much as possible reduce the randomization of movement across the length and breadth of the hall right about now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. In such a short time, we would have begun this exercise in earnest. Please, we request that the tags, the tagging, the numbering are adhered to critically. And so once we start, we will love to have such beautiful ambience and less of the movement immediately this event commences. Thank you very much. And thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ekberikpekpo, PhD. Mandate to unlock Nigeria's vast gas potential and turn it into an engine of economic growth, energy security, and prosperity. For decades, Nigeria's oil and gas portfolios were largely managed under one ministerial structure. Ekberikpekpo's appointment to 215.19 trillion cubic feet, while CNG infrastructure. On August 21, 2023, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu swore in Right Honorable Obongimem Ekberikpekpo, PhD, as Minister of State, Petroleum Resources, Gas.
So help me God.
With a well-defined mandate to unlock Nigeria's vast gas potential and turn it into an engine of economic growth, energy security, and prosperity. For decades, Nigeria's oil and gas portfolios were largely managed under one ministerial structure. Ekberikpekpo's appointment marked a deliberate unbundling and a renewed focus on natural gas. For a nation that is by nature a gas province with associated oil, years of limited investment, inadequate infrastructure, and insufficient attention had left much of this wealth underutilized. 3 years after his appointment, Nigeria's gas story is changing. Proven reserves have risen to 215.19 trillion cubic feet, while CNG infrastructure is expanding with more cars, buses, trucks, and stations running on gas.
I really thank God Almighty for the provision of this CNG. In fact, it is helping us a lot in this situation of the country. Now, fuel very high, but when we come to CNG, it is very, very lasting. You know, they consume it so easy, so it lasts more than fuel, and it's very just affordable. We really thank God for the people who made it possible for us to get this CNG.
LPG is supporting the clean cooking transition. Gas is strengthening the foundation for power generation and industrialization. Gas is also being positioned as Nigeria's transition fuel, reducing reliance on diesel and heavy fuel oil, while supporting cleaner energy and decarbonization. Notably, the Obiafu-Obrikom-Oben OB3 pipeline, a critical link between Nigeria's eastern and western gas networks, has overcome its defining engineering challenge with the completion of the River Niger crossing, as well as the Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano AKK pipeline nearing completion too. Together, these projects are extending the reach of Nigerian gas and laying the foundation for a more integrated national gas network.
We all know the story of the AKK. I don't need to start telling you about it. But one of the biggest challenges that the project has faced was ability to cross the River Niger. some very tough technical challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to announce to you today that we have crossed the Niger. Please permit me, Honorable Minister Gas. Please, they can remain standing. Please, you have to stand up, sir. Please, sir. Please, these two gentlemen are outstanding. Thank you, sir.
Also worthy of mention is that under Ikperekpeekpo, Nigeria has deepened regional and global gas partnerships, advancing connections within West Africa and Morocco, Algeria, and Equatorial Guinea, while strengthening engagement across the United States, Europe, and Asia, thus expanding regional energy access and opening new pathways to international markets. While the minister pursues this national and international mandate, he has not forgotten his roots. Akwa Ibom, one of Nigeria's major gas-endowed states. In the last 3 years, Obong has worked to ensure that Akwa Ibom is not merely a producer of gas, but a beneficiary of the opportunities emerging from the growing gas economy. He has also supported efforts towards securing up to 20 billion naira in MDGIF funding for Nsik oil and gas, with potential for greater gas utilization, infrastructure, and employment. He has also championed CNG infrastructure in the state, including CNG daughter and conversion stations. The groundbreaking Guelph Gas Limited CNG mother station in Ibesipua Sutan local government area is a major milestone. With a capacity of 3 million standard cubic feet of gas per day, the facility in Ibesipua Sutan will supply commercial and industrial customers across the south-south and southeast regions of the country. With the minister's support, Akwa Ibom has attracted a $3.5 billion gas infrastructure and industrialization deal involving the Akwa Ibom State Government, NNPC Limited, and the Gas Aggregator Company Nigeria, aimed at transforming the South-South into a major value addition industrial hub.
Our vision must be clear: to turn gas into jobs, gas into power, gas into industries, and ultimately gas into prosperity for our people.
For Ikperekpeekpo, development is not only about pipelines, plants, and investments. It is about people. No fewer than 65 Akwa Ibom indigents have secured gainful employment across federal government agencies, parastatals, and institutions through opportunities facilitated by Obong Ikperekpeekpo. Others have benefited from Petroleum Technology Development Fund (PTDF) scholarships and other capacity building opportunities. Through the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, Ikperekpeekpo has also facilitated training and retraining programs in Akwa Ibom, strengthening manpower development and preparing people for emerging opportunities in the energy sector. More than 3,800 women and youths have received empowerment support, while CNG-powered tricycles have been donated to youths to support livelihoods and create sustainable sources of income. LPG cylinders have also been distributed to households in support of cleaner cooking. Medical outreaches have been held across Ukanafut, Etimekbo, Ika, and Abak, bringing healthcare closer to communities. In education, modern ICT centers have been attracted to Etinan, Oron, Etimekbo, Ika, Uyo, Iket, Itu, Ikorekbene, Ikorabasi, Esereket, Ikono, and Esienudum, with more coming. At Ika Comprehensive High School, Ikorakbanawa, the recently commissioned ICT center has 50 networked computers, smart board technology, and high-speed internet connectivity. Communities have also benefited from solar-powered reticulated water projects and solar streetlights, improving access to water, security, and quality of life. In all of these, the Minister of State, Petroleum Resources, Gas, Right Honorable Ikperekpeekpo, understands that development is faster when people work together. working with the President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, and the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umoino, PhD, Obongimem has helped strengthen Akwa Ibom's connection to the center and advance cooperation in the overall interest of the state.
He went somewhere in Singapore, and then they asked a question that was not related to gas. It was purely on petroleum resources. They thought it was not an answer. But it answered so well that when I met somebody in the example, the person said, "Oh, that young man is very intelligent." Thank you for coming us back. As a minister of petroleum gas.
And for a minister, the thank you for identifying the states belong to you to be truly overwhelmed, the thing of peace, to really your peaceful disposition and really help us. I want to commend you for the role you played in our transition from the old to the new. You played a role, and for that peaceful role, I kept asking you, are you sure of this journey? Are you sure of this journey? And you tell me all will be well. So far, so good. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for who you are.
3 years into a national mandate, Right Honorable Obongimem Ekperikpekpo remains focused on the responsibility entrusted in him by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That responsibility now carries a wider regional and global dimension. As president of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum, GECF Ministerial Meeting for 2026, Ekpo is strengthening Nigeria's voice in global gas dialogue and cooperation. He also serves as chairman of the Committee of Ministers of the West African Gas Pipeline Project, providing leadership to the regional initiative transporting Nigerian gas to Benin, Togo, and Ghana. From the gas beneath the soil to the lives being touched above it, the message is simple. Resources must become opportunities. Opportunities must become prosperity. And prosperity must improve lives. So, as we celebrate 3 years of service and impact, the milestone so far achieved and more achievements to be recorded, let's also appreciate Right Honorable Obongimem Ekperikpekpo, PhD, Nigeria's Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Gas, President of the 2026 Gas Exporting Countries Forum, GECF Ministerial Meeting, Chairman of the Committee of Ministers for the West African Gas Pipeline Project, a proud son and a worthy ambassador of Akwa Ibom State. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu swore in Right Honorable Obongimem Ekperikpekpo, PhD, as Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Gas.
So help me God.
With a well-defined mandate to unlock Nigeria's vast gas potential and turn it into an engine of economic growth, energy security, and prosperity. For decades, Nigeria's oil and gas portfolios were largely managed under one ministerial structure. Ekperekperekpo's appointment marked a deliberate unbundling and a renewed focus on natural gas. For a nation that is by nature a gas province with associated oil, years of limited investment, inadequate infrastructure, and insufficient attention had left much of this wealth underutilized. 3 years after his appointment, Nigeria's gas story is changing. Proven reserves have risen to 215.19 trillion cubic feet, while CNG infrastructure is expanding with more cars, buses, trucks, and stations running on gas.
I really thank God Almighty for the provision of this CNG. In fact, it is helping us a lot in this situation of the country. Now, fuel very high, but when we come to CNG, it is very, very lasting. You know, they consume it so easy, so it lasts more than fuel, and it's very just affordable. We really thank God for the people who made it possible for us to get this CNG.
LPG is supporting the clean cooking transition. Gas is strengthening the foundation for power generation and industrialization. Gas is also being positioned as Nigeria's transition fuel, reducing reliance on diesel and heavy fuel oil, while supporting cleaner energy and decarbonization. Notably, the Obiafu-Obrikom-Oben OB3 pipeline, a critical link between Nigeria's eastern and western gas networks, has overcome its defining engineering challenge with the completion of the River Niger crossing, as well as the Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano AKK pipeline nearing completion too. Together, these projects are extending the reach of Nigerian gas and laying the foundation for a more integrated national gas network.
We all know the story of the AKK. I don't need to start telling you about it. But one of the biggest challenges that the project has faced was ability to cross the River Niger. Some very tough technical challenges. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to announce to you today that we have crossed the Niger. Please permit me, Honorable Minister Gas. Please, they can remain standing. Please, you have to stand up, sir. Please, sir. Please, these two gentlemen are outstanding. Thank you, sir.
Also worthy of mention is that under Ekperekperekpo, Nigeria has deepened regional and global gas partnerships, advancing connections within West Africa and Morocco, Algeria, and Equatorial Guinea, while strengthening engagement across the United States, Europe, and Asia, thus expanding regional energy access and opening new pathways to international markets. While the minister pursues this national and international mandate, he has not forgotten his roots. Akwa Ibom, one of Nigeria's major gas-endowed states. In the last 3 years, Obongimen has worked to ensure that Akwa Ibom is not merely a producer of gas, but a beneficiary of the opportunities emerging from the growing gas economy. He has also supported efforts towards securing up to 20 billion naira in MDGIF funding for Nsik oil and gas, with potential for greater gas utilization, infrastructure, and employment. He has also championed CNG infrastructure in the state, including CNG daughter and conversion stations. The groundbreaking Guelph Gas Limited CNG mother station in Ibesipua Sutan local government area is a major milestone. With a capacity of 3 million standard cubic feet of gas per day, the facility in Ibesipua Sutan will supply commercial and industrial customers across the south-south and southeast regions of the country. With the minister's support, Akwa Ibom has attracted a $3.5 billion gas infrastructure and industrialization deal involving the Akwa Ibom State Government, NNPC Limited, and the Gas Aggregator Company Nigeria, aimed at transforming the South-South into a major value addition industrial hub.
Our vision must be clear: to turn gas into jobs, gas into power, gas into industries, and ultimately, gas into prosperity for our people.
For Ikberikbeikbo, development is not only about pipelines, plants, and investments. It is about people. No fewer than 65 Akwa Ibom indigents have secured gainful employment across federal government agencies, parastatals, and institutions through opportunities facilitated by Obongimem Ikberikbeikbo. Others have benefited from Petroleum Technology Development Fund (PTDF) scholarships and other capacity building opportunities. Through the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, Ikberikbeikbo has also facilitated training and retraining programs in Akwa Ibom, strengthening manpower development and preparing people for emerging opportunities in the energy sector. More than 3,800 women and youths have received empowerment support, while CNG-powered tricycles have been donated to youths to support livelihoods and create sustainable sources of income. LPG cylinders have also been distributed to households in support of cleaner cooking. Medical outreaches have been held across Ukanafut, Etimekbo, Ika, and Abak, bringing healthcare closer to communities. In education, modern ICT centers have been attracted to Etinan, Oron, Etimekbo, Ika, Uyo, Iket, Itu, Ikorekbena, Ikorabasi, Isireket, Ikono, and Isienudum, with more coming. At Ika Comprehensive High School, Ikorakbanawa, the recently commissioned ICT center has 50 networked computers, smart board technology, and high-speed internet connectivity. Communities have also benefited from solar-powered reticulated water projects and solar streetlights, improving access to water, security, and quality of life. In all of these, the Minister of State, Petroleum Resources, Gas, Right Honorable Ikberikbeikbo, understands that development is faster when people work together. Working with the President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, and the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umoino, PhD, Obongimem has helped strengthen Akwa Ibom's connection to the center and advance cooperation in the overall interest of the state.
He went somewhere in Singapore, and then they asked the question that was not related to gas. It was purely on petroleum resources. They thought it was not an answer. But it answered so well that when I met somebody in the example, they said, oh, that young man is very intelligent. I'll tell you the reason. Thank you for bringing us back. As the Minister of Petroleum Gas.
And for our Minister, we thank you for the refineries the state long due. You've been truly overwhelmed. The thing of peace, you really, your peaceful disposition and really helped us. And I want to commend you for the role you played in our transition from the old to the new. You played a role, and for that peaceful role, remember I kept asking you, are you sure of this journey? Are you sure of this journey? And you tell me all will be well. So far, so good. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for who you are.
3 years into a national mandate, Right Honorable Obongimem Ikberikbeikbo remains focused on the responsibility entrusted in him by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That responsibility now carries a wider regional and global dimension. As president of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum, GECF Ministerial Meeting for 2026, Ikbo is strengthening Nigeria's voice in global gas dialogue and cooperation. He also serves as chairman of the Committee of Ministers of the West African Gas Pipeline Project, providing leadership to the regional initiative transporting Nigerian gas to Benin, Togo, and Ghana. From the gas beneath the soil to the lives being touched above it, the message is simple. Resources must become opportunities. Opportunities must become prosperity. And prosperity must improve lives. So, as we celebrate 3 years of service and impact, the milestones so far achieved and more achievements to be recorded.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this wonderful event is already taking so much shape, and we can assure you of such a beautiful time this afternoon in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State of Nigeria. Very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have the arrival of the Honorable Minister of Petroleum Resources, Gas, the Honorable Minister of State, Right Honorable Ekberikbe Ekbo, PhD. So good to have you, Right Honorable Minister. Thank you very much for all you do for this country and all you'll continue to do at the Ministry of Petroleum, Resources, Gas. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, any moment now we'll receive the Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State and his entourage. And once that happens, we're going to take two anthems in quick succession. The national anthem and the anthem of Akwa Ibom State. And I'll crave that you do that alongside, as we'll have that music done once the governor arrives. Thank you very much indeed. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this wonderful, wonderful, beautiful, and amazing event. Thank you very much. Very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. And like you would know, there are many things said about this wonderful state. I'm not sure which version you heard first, but I can say again that this is the home to some of the most peaceful people in the world. It's also home to perhaps the best delicacies you can find anywhere in the world. Indonesia comes further away at a far length. Akwa Ibom State is the destination to beat distinguished guests. It is therefore a great honor to welcome you to this wonderful event at the instance of the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Gas. I'm of the opinion that just in a moment after now, every single person seated in this hall will realize the import of why we are gathered here today. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to Akwa Ibom State. I'm going to ask you later how much and perhaps how many of those meals that you have taken so far. Since upon arrival in Akwa Ibom up until now and when you leave, there are so many of them waiting for you to have an experience of. Welcome to the Akwa Ibom State launch of the National Grassroot LPG Penetration Program, a decade of gas. Welcome and welcome indeed. Thank you very much indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to make a few introductions at this event. We have the man by whom we are gathered this wonderful afternoon, the progenitor, the man behind the vision, the e pluribus unum, the Right Honorable Minister of the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Gas, Right Honorable Ekperikbe Ekpo PhD. Can you give a round of applause for the Honorable Minister State? Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for all you do. And thank you very much. We have the Coordinating Director of Gas, Director Decade of Gas, none other than E.D. Ubong. Please put your hands together and let's celebrate Mr. E.D. Ubong. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. And then we have in our midst this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, the Minister of Youth Development, Comrade Ayodele Olowande, represented by Honorable Lie Akinfiresoye. Please put your hands together. Thank you very much, ma'am. It is good to have you in Akwa Ibom State. Thank you very much indeed. We have the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Gas, Mrs. Patience Oyekunle. Thank you so much for coming, ma'am. Thank you very much indeed. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have in our midst this afternoon the Authority Chief Executive of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Development Petroleum Regulatory Authority, represented by none other than a fantastic director, the Executive Director, Hydrocarbon Processing Plant Installations, Transportation Infrastructure, Francis Ogare. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Francis Ogare. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. So good to have you in Akwa Ibom State. Just a few weeks ago, this launch happened in Bayelsa State. It was such a beautiful pivot edition, and we are honored, very honored to have this happen just after the launch in Akwa Ibom State. If you are excited to be at this event, ladies and gentlemen, can you give a round of applause for the Honorable Minister and his team? Thank you very much indeed, and thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have in our midst the Executive Secretary of the NCDMB. That is none other than Engineer Felix Omatoshola Ogbe, who is represented at this event by the Director of Planning, Research and Statistics, Pastor Silas Jimmy Jaye. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. Thank you very much indeed. It's good to have you here. Thank you very much. He sits as Director, Planning, Research and Statistics at the Nigerian Content and Development Monitoring Board. Thank you very much for coming, sir. Thank you very much indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we have in our midst this afternoon the Group CEO of NNPC Limited, Engineer Bashir Bayo Ojulari, represented by Salisu Haruna. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. We also have the MD of Seplat Energy PLC, Engineer Effiong Okun, who is represented by Okechukwu Udeji, the General Manager, Offshore Operations. Please, a round of applause. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. And thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much. We have in our midst this afternoon the MD of Renaissance Africa Energy Company Limited, Mr. Tony Atta. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Special Technical Advisor of the Office of the Minister of State, Petroleum Resources, Gas, Engineer Abel Nsa. Thank you very much for coming to Akwa Ibom State. We truly appreciate and love you. Thank you. Very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have today the President of the National Nigerian Association of Liquefied Petroleum Gas Marketers, none other than Barrister Edu Inyang. Thank you very much, ma'am, for coming. Thank you so very much. And thank you very much indeed. The MD of the Oil and Gas Free Zone Authority, Bamanga Osman, who is represented today by Chief Iniobong Jackson. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you very much indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the MD of Premium Trust Bank, Dr. Emmanuel FSCON. Thank you so much. So this afternoon, we are gathered here at the launch of what is a paradigm shift in fuel and safe energy. A few years ago, and just about last month, we had the National Grassroot LPG Penetration Program launched in Bayelsa State of Nigeria on the July 28, 2026, with the goal of expanding access to clean cooking and improving the lives of millions of Nigerians. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bayelsa State launch made way for the state-to-state rollout with over 27,000 households expected to benefit from that initiative under the Nigeria's Decade of Gas project. Ladies and gentlemen, it is expected by the year 2030, 5 million households would have been affected positively by this very wonderful, beautiful initiative of the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Gas. Just in a moment now, we're expecting the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
What a beautiful event it is, and thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
We are delighted to welcome Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State,
All right.
the very distinguished Senator Akun Eyayi, PhD. Welcome, Your Excellency. Welcome also the coordinator of the office of the First Lady of Akwa Ibom State, the Noble Lady Helen Eno Obareke. This auspicious occasion, you're welcome, Your Excellency.
Thank you.
All right.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to this wonderful launch of the National Grassroot LPG Penetration Program of the Decade of Gas project of the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Gas here in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. It's such an honor to have you come around despite and in spite of your very busy schedules. Thank you very much, Your Excellencies, for making our time to be here this afternoon. It is therefore a great privilege, ladies and gentlemen, to invite for his address at this event, the Coordinating Director of Decade of Gas, Mr. Aid Ubong, to give his address at this event. Please, a round of applause as we welcome Mr. Aid Ubong to give his welcome address at this wonderful event. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Mr. Aid Ubong. Thank you, and thank you very much indeed. That is the Coordinating Director of the Decade of Gas project. Thank you, and thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
We welcome very specially Her Excellency, the wife of the President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Her Excellency Mrs. Ekaite Unoma Godswill Kwabio. All the women are excited to welcome you, Your Excellency. Please, we appeal to all the photographers and the videographers and the other pressmen with the phones. Please kindly take your pictures or videos and move to one side. This event is going live now, and we want to have a very orderly event, please. We are still waiting for the photographers and videographers to finish establishing their shots. Could you please move to one side? Members of the protocol, help us effect that instruction, please. Move to one side. Don't stand in front of the lectern, please. Move to one side so that we can have an orderly event. Mr. Edubong. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to the Akwa Ibom Decade of Gas National Grassroots LPG Program. Please, you would permit me to stand on existing protocols already established by the MC, but I would like to recognize our special guest, the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, represented here today by his wife. Welcome, ma. We'd also like to recognize the presence of the Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State, who is here. We're sure the governor will also arrive here at some point. We'd also like to use this point to recognize all the elected officials of Akwa Ibom State using the speaker as a point of contact. At the federal level, I would like to recognize my Honorable Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Gas, the sponsor and the champion of this program, Right Honorable Ekwerikwe Eko, PhD. I would also like to recognize the presence of the Honorable Minister of Youth and Development, today represented here by Senior Special Advisor, Mrs. Lear. I would also recognize the various Decade of Gas sponsors, upstream, midstream, and downstream producers who are here represented, and all other business officials, media, and members of the press. Of course, I thank all our beautiful women of Akwa Ibom State, and I welcome you to this epoch-making event. Today, after over 30 years in the oil and gas industry, I learned something from His Excellency, Pastor Umoino. At the courtesy call, he told us that oil was first discovered in Parenin, here in Akwa Ibom State. A round of applause for Akwa Ibom. The only difference was that the oil was not in commercial quantities. Oil was then discovered in Oloibiri, in Bayelsa, in commercial quantities. But it is important that we have that piece of history and understand it fully. Akwa Ibom is not an oil-rich state. Akwa Ibom actually holds the largest gas reserves in Nigeria. The only challenge we have is that for many years we have continued to re-inject that gas back into the reservoir. But with the appointment of our own son as Honorable Minister of State Petroleum Resources Gas, we are going to bring out that gas and use it to support the development of the state, working with our Senate President, working with our able governor, and working with our various partners in oil and gas who work here in the state. We are here today to provide 27,000 cylinders filled with gas for women in rural areas. This is part of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's goal to ensure that 5 million homes have access to clean cooking. So if you take 27,000, multiply it by 36 plus 1, you will see that each year we are going to enable 1 million women across the whole of Nigeria, leading us to 5 million by 2030. What is more interesting is that we will not just give you cylinders free of charge, we will also refill those cylinders to ensure that at some point you are able to afford refilling it by yourself. This is an ambitious program, but my honorable minister has always set ambitious targets. The Akwa Ibom program will be slightly different, but I will leave my honorable minister to make his announcements when he comes to the stage. For me, I would like to call on the woman who is leading this national program called the Grassroot LPG program to tell you a little of how the program will run. Please put your hands together as I invite Ramatu Abdullahi to say a few words about the Grassroot program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our indefatigable Mr. Ubong, coordinator of the Decade of Gas. Obviously behind our actual champion, the Honorable Minister. I'm very happy to be back here in Akwa Ibom State. Akwa Ibom people, your hospitality is unmatched. Thank you for welcoming us. We're happy to be here today. We were here sometime last year when we did the regional, when the Honorable Minister again led us here, and we did something similar. So you're wondering, and we told you we would be back. The Honorable Minister affirmed that we would be back, and now we're here bigger and better. I will tell you all about it. So what is different? What did we do last time? What are we doing here today? Last time, we gave out cylinders just to get people to try gas, people who are not accustomed. We said, okay, here's a cylinder filled with gas. We have helped you overcome the initial entry barrier, which is the cost of the cylinder. Then we put gas inside. Please go and try it. You will find that it is cleaner, healthier than the firewood or the charcoal. But they had to find ways to refill thereafter. This time, we're doing a more sustainable version of the project. First of all, we have a depot, hub, node structure. So the cylinders this time are owned by the program. Remember when we had Coca-Cola in glass bottles? You buy your Coca-Cola with Coke in it. When it is empty, you take it back and exchange it for a filled one. So now you don't have the headache of wondering where to refill the gas. We give you a filled cylinder. When it finishes, you come and you exchange it. You give us your empty one, we give you a full one. And with the generosity of the Honorable Minister and the Decade of Gas, we will give you free refills for about 6 months. We're very excited. Thank you. So you collect your cylinder, you bring it back, you continue to do so, and we make life easy. What else have we done? Now we have brought the refill point to you. So every local government will have a point, more than one, definitely more than one. To make it easier for you, we want you to be able to not walk more than a kilometer or two before you can find a place. You don't have to come to Uyo. That's our promise to you. Secondly, we have a digital platform that helps us track every cylinder. So we know we can track inventory. We know when you collect your cylinder. We know when you refill it. We know when it has gone to the depot. And we can tell the people, the households who are coming back to refill and the households who are not. Any household that's having trouble, we have our representatives on ground that you can go to or who will come to you and ask you, are you having any trouble? So as far as the federal government goals are concerned, accessibility, we have given you the cylinder We hope you now have access to gas on the cylinder. And we have brought the refill to you. It is now more accessible. In terms of affordability, we have completely removed the initial cost. The cylinder is free, the gas is free, and the refills are free up until a point. And for adoption, thank you. I love Akwa Ibom women. And for adoption, we're able now, because we have a digital platform, we have data. So we're not wondering what's happening. We can see how many we give, we can see what's happening, we can see who is coming back and who is not, and what sort of impact we have. Don't get me wrong, we're not just looking. When we see where the issue is, we know where to come in. But thank you very much again. We're happy to be here, and we're here. We'll be coming around to your local governments. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ramatu. Ramatu Abadie. Please put your hands together and just celebrate her. Thank you very much indeed. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, just after the one she quoted, others did not come along. Please clap again and let's celebrate Ramatu. Thank you very much, and thank you very much indeed. Mbok mi bane ne mesirsi kay somfine mi bane nombang ise. Akwa Ibom Songo. Akwa Ibom Songo. Ibane ni complain. No minister. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I started smoking as a young boy at age 3. But it wasn't nicotine, nor tobacco, nor marijuana. It was the routine smokes from the firewood cooking of my grandmother somewhere in a back local government area, just a few stones throw from the minister's house, his hometown. And later on in my early adult life, I would bear the brunt of that as a young student at the University of Uyo here in Akwa Ibom State of Nigeria. Little wonder that the minister is not just doing this because we need renewable or safer energy and fuel. He's doing this because it goes a long way to also improve the healthcare system. As a pharmacist over the years, I have seen that there's an increase in lung-related illnesses, from bronchitis to lung cancer. You can mention them. And that's because of the unhealthy smoke that has, over the years, been casually on a daily basis, been ingested and inhaled by people who use that means of cooking to cook. And you know, those who bear the direct brunt of this would be our women, which is why at this event, we have to hail and celebrate all the women who are in this hall this afternoon. If you're excited that you are a woman, or you have a mother, or you have a sister, or you have somebody who brought you to birth in this world, can you make some noise and just celebrate women? Thank you very much. The Honorable Minister, thank you very much indeed. I celebrate your spouse. Thank you very much, ma'am. It has been said that behind, this time around, beside every successful man, there is a woman. Let me invite distinguished guests, Your Excellencies, to give his remark at this event. The Authority Chief Executive of Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, for his remark. Please, a round of applause. Thank you very much as he makes way to the lectern. Thank you very much indeed, sir. Thank you and welcome to Uyo Akwa Ibom. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My friend, the MC, Ed, has spoken, and Ramat, again, one of our staff. But then before I begin my speech on behalf of the Authority Chief, Malam Rabi Uma, let me observe all the protocols they have observed, and also recognize the wife of the Senate President and the Deputy Governor of the state. Thank you for allowing me on this podium. I have a remark made by the Authority Chief, which I'm going to read on his behalf. But again, I want to mention, coming to Akwa Ibom is like coming home. I've been here a couple of times. during the tenure of the Senate President and thereafter. And each time it's like hope coming. When we landed at the airport, I said to myself, there is no place like home. So I'm here representing the Authority Chief of Staff, Authority Chief of NMDPRA, but also telling my people I'm here too. I want to thank the Honorable Minister for Gas, who insisted that no matter what, I must be here. If the Authority Chief is not coming, branding the new age of telling people there's a better way and a more efficient way, reliable in a lot of ways and safer in a lot of ways. I used to know when I look back, the stoves with kerosene that people will be bending down to blow it just for the fire to come. I don't think you are going to be blowing anything now. It's just a switch, you light it, and the blue flame is a blue flame of reassurance. One of the challenges in any intervention is how it is sustained. The real test is where families continue using LPG months and years after they receive their first cylinder. That is why I'm encouraged by the futures built into this program. The cylinder circulation model, the provision of refills during the transition period, and the use of barcode technology to monitor and utilization all points of the program. That is thinking beyond the distribution and focusing on a long-term adoption. You find out with what the program the minister has set out, even after the 6 months, people will get used to something that is so good, will be very, very, difficult to let it go. And that's what, again, the essence of what Ed and his group has done with the minister supporting it to move forward. So, from a regulatory standpoint, that is exactly where our 2030 for 5 million, like Ed said, and 1 million homes per year contributes directly to Nigeria's broader aspirations for the LPG sector of increasing domestic LPG consumption to 5 million tons per annum by 2030. This will require millions of households to make a permanent transition to clean cooking. That transition will only happen when access is reliable and safety is assured. This initiative helps move us closer to that objective, and that's what is going to witness today. The authority will continue to work closely with the ministry, the Decade of Gas, Secretariat, operators, distributors, and all stakeholders to ensure that the market develops in a way that is safe, competitive, and sustainable. We want investment to grow. We want consumers to be protected. Most importantly, we want confidence in LPG to continue growing across the country. I was the minister on the plane here, and his vision is exciting for the LPG. I recommend the Honorable Minister for the leadership behind the initiative and congratulate the Decade of Gas Secretariat and all partners who have contributed to its development. I look forward to seeing this program expand from state to state, and more importantly, to seeing the lasting difference it makes in the lives of Nigerian families. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I also say thank you, Honorable Minister, for leading the effort. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let's give another round of applause for the Authority Chief Executive. Please, a round of applause. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, and thank you very much. While we await the entrance of His Excellency, the Governor, please, I just love to call on music. DJ, let's have some beautiful serenation of music this afternoon as we make progress with this beautiful, amazingly awesome event. Thank you.
What you're dancing, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, please may we rise as we acknowledge and receive His Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State. Thanking him for being his true self by joining us here this afternoon for this very strategic event. Of course, being received by his political grandmother, the wife of the President of the Senate and Chairman of the National Assembly, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, please, we will stand as we take the anthems and thereafter would progress. The national anthem, please.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians home and proud to serve our sovereign motherland.
We'll take the Akwa Ibom State anthem.
Let us rise Akwa Ibom State to the faith of greatness. Oh, Akwa Ibom, let our dreams be ever one. Rise beyond ethnicity, build with love our promised land. Forward ever, backward never, serve the land in unity and love.
Thank you very much. Please, we can take our seats. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, our Governor, please may I request, of course, thank God the protocol and security men are already doing what I wanted to ask for, but please, just to further emphasize on the need to have this hall. Excellency, we're delighted to have you join us. Good afternoon and welcome. Before your arrival, most of the guests seated here were already acknowledged. That is to say that I may not have to take more time to establish a further protocol because that was already done. But permit me to acknowledge the coordinator of the Office of the First Lady, the Noble Lady Helen Eno Obareki. Please can we celebrate her presence. We're happy to receive the Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Her Excellency, Distinguished Senator Dr. Mrs. Akwa Ibom. Can we honor her? And every time I have to acknowledge this very esteemed personality, whether she's come here in her own capacity because she deserves to be here, I always see through her the leader that we're very proud to have in Akwa Ibom State, the third citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our governor's grandfather, president of the Senate, chairman of the National Assembly. Please can we celebrate our own leader, His Excellency Distinguished Senator Gospel Obota Kwabio, represented here or present here through the wife, Ekaite Unoma Kwabio, Your Excellency. Please can we celebrate her? We celebrate you, ma'am. You permit me to punctuate on the acknowledgement, but let me celebrate the honorable minister who has led other ministers and federal players to Akwa Ibom State today, the honorable minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas, Obong Emem, Ekberikbe, Ekpo, and wife. We acknowledge you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I see all the other guests, but I've been told that they were duly acknowledged, so you permit me to just move forward so that we can spend our time very wisely. Your Excellency, some items were already taken, but let me take the liberty to invite most respectfully the Coordinating Director, Decade of Gas, Mr. Ed Ubong, for the welcome address. Please can we put our hands together to honor and welcome him. Already taken? So we don't need to repeat it. Thank you very much. On that note, Your Excellency, because we understand how your schedule is, I'd like to straight away welcome for the keynote address the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas. Please, can we put our hands together, celebrate and welcome the Right Honorable Obongemem Ekberikbe Ekpo for the keynote address. Please, can we celebrate him as he rises up, walks forward here to the microphone to take on this item. Please, can we keep celebrating him, please? Keep celebrating him. Keep celebrating him. It looks like both aisles are blocked. Please, let's open up so that we can have a free flow here. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State, I plead your indulgence to recognize the number 3 citizen of our dear country, Nigeria, our own, your own, the one that is doing us proud. If he's not here physically, he's here spiritually, because the spiritual leader of that, my father, is here in the person of Her Excellency, Ekaite Onoma Akwa Ibom. That is the engine room that indulge in praying for the success of the Senate President all the time. Your Excellency, our father, the Good Shepherd of Akwa Ibom State, we appreciate you. The coordinating person in charge of the office of the First Lady, my sister, you are welcome. Thank you. The Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State, you are here in person. My dear wife, the representative of the Ministers of Youth and the Minister of Women Affairs, Secretary to Akwa Ibom State Government, Honorable Commissioners, Director Decade of Gas, representative of SES, and other delegations from the national level to this very important gathering. I'm really, really happy to be here leading this delegation and coming from Akwa Ibom State. Today, in Uyo, we gather in the service of a solemn national promise under the renewed hope agenda of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. Governance must be felt where it matters most. In safer homes, stronger families, empowered women, thriving businesses, and communities lifted by prosperity. It is therefore with a profound honor and a deep sense of national duty that I join you for the launch of 2 important national interventions: the Rural Women Empowerment Initiative for Entrepreneurship Development and the Akwa Ibom State Pilot Activation and Distribution of LPG Cylinders under the Decade of Gas National Grassroot LPG Penetration Program. I warmly welcome the women beneficiaries of the Entrepreneurship Empowerment Initiative, as well as the household and communities who will benefit from the LPG cylinder distribution under this program. You are at the heart of today's gathering, and this intervention are designed to support your dignity, safety, enterprise, and well-being. Permit me to especially acknowledge the visionary leadership of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, whose foresight, political will, and people-centered agenda are the driving force behind these initiatives. Mr. President's vision is clear: Nigeria Gas must work for Nigerians by improving lives, empowering families, creating opportunities, and supporting inclusive national prosperity. I also respectfully salute His Excellency, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluwemi Tinubu, CON, whose tireless work as the mother of the nation continues to inspire hope, compassion, and purposeful action across our country. Her remarkable strides in supporting women, uplifting youth, strengthening families, and championing inclusive social development remain a powerful complement to Mr. President's renewed hope agenda and a source of encouragement to millions of Nigerians. I equally acknowledge the deep respect and dependable leadership of His Excellency, Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, whose steadfast commitment to national duty, legislative stability, and democratic progress continues to provide and strengthen the direction of this important time in our national journey. I also warmly commend His Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Omar Eno, Executive Governor, for his compassionate and people-centered stewardship as a good shepherd of the state, guiding Akwa Ibom people with humility, vision, and a sincere commitment to peace, development, and the well-being of his people. Women empowerment and strengthening rural enterprise. No nation can rise above the strength, dignity, and productivity of its women. Women sustain families, rural markets, communities, and the informal advances. We therefore pay special tribute to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for placing women's empowerment at the heart of national development. His commitment to women, rural enterprise, and grassroots prosperity reflect a leadership vision that recognizes women as builders of families, drivers of commerce, and partners in nation building. The Rural Women Empowerment Initiative is therefore a practical investment in inclusive growth. By equipping women with entrepreneurship skills, mentorship, business guidance, and access to opportunity, we are opening pathways to enterprise, livelihood, supply chains, and community-based economic participation. Today, under the visionary leadership of people-centered leadership of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and in fulfillment of the renewed hope agenda, 3,000 women are being empowered this day with a token sum per person of 100,000 naira. I pay special tribute to the Senate President. He nominated me through the guidance of the wife. And when he was governor, as minister, as senator, he used to touch life. So that is what has been transferred into me. So that on this very day that we are coming in to do this in Akwa Ibom State, I said, how can I touch my people differently? And decided to reach out to well-meaning Nigerians who said, you cannot go back to Akwa Ibom empty-handed. And today, 3,000 women are going to be empowered. If after 1 week, you don't receive the alert in your bank, right from my recall. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this support will help them grow their businesses, strengthen their families, and invest in the second planting season of the year to boost agriculture, increase food security and production, expand household income, create rural jobs, and stimulate local market activity across our communities. It is more than a grant. It is a clear statement that this administration believes in enterprise, resilience, and leadership of Nigerian women. Women empowerment and clean cooking are deeply connected because both begin at the household level and create wider benefits for health, enterprise, family well-being, and community development. It is in this same spirit of practical impact that we turn to the Decade of Gas National Grassroots LPG Penetration Program. Advancing clean cooking through the Decade of Gas. Today, under the Decade of Gas initiative and the faithful alignment with the direction of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, we mark another solemn step in the federal government commitment to expanding domestic gas utilization and helping Nigerian households move from firewood, charcoal, kerosene, and other traditional fuels to cleaner, safer, and more efficient cooking energy sources. Over the next 10 years, this program carries a bold national ambition to reach all 36 states of the Federation plus the FCT, to support 1 million households annually, and place Nigeria firmly on the path to reaching the 5 million homes by 2030, and more than 10 million homes by 2060. It is not merely an energy intervention, it is a solemn investment in public health, environmental protection, economic opportunity, and social well-being. The Uyo pilot is therefore a landmark moment. Akwa Ibom State proudly stands as the second activation on the national LPG penetration calendar, following the inaugural program held in Bayelsa State on the 28th of July, 2026. With 27,000 LPG cylinders earmarked for distribution per state, the largest allocation under the program so far, this activation moves policy from the whole of government into the homes of our people. Through hubs and knobs, these field cylinders will reach verified beneficiaries, while the lesson from Akwa Ibom will guide us in replicating across the Federation. To sustain this transition, plans are being made and have been put in place to support beneficiaries with cylinders refill up to 6 times a year, ensuring clean cooking becomes a regular household practice that protect health and strengthen family well-being. A call to stakeholders. I call on state government, regulators, private sector operators, development partners, financial institutions, civil society organizations, traditional institutions, community leaders, and the media to move beyond and take immediate ownership of this agenda. The success of this program cannot be for tomorrow. It requires action now. Partnership that delivers, mobilization that reaches the grassroots, safety education that protects families, financing that supports enterprise, refill system that remain reliable, and community trust that is built and sustained. Let this day therefore be remembered not merely as a ceremony, but as the moment every stakeholder accepted to a clear responsibility. Industry players must guarantee reliability and safety. Financial institutions must open practical doors for women-led enterprise. Traditional and community leaders must carry this message into every ward and community. Development partners must deepen their support. Above all, beneficiaries must become ambassadors of responsible use, enterprise, and progress. The time for passive support has passed. The time for coordinated action is now. Commitment of the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Gas. The Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Gas remains fully committed to promoting the shift to gas, deepening domestic utilization, strengthening clean cooking adoption, expanding economic opportunities, and ensuring that the benefit of Nigeria's gas resources are felt in the kitchen, market, workshops, and small businesses of ordinary citizens. We will continue to work with the state government, regulators, industry players, community institutions, women groups, and development partners to deliver programs that reflect the priorities of this administration and the President's determination to expand energy access, deepen economic inclusion, create jobs, protect the environment, and promote shared prosperity. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we launch this Women Empowerment Initiative and activate this LPG distribution program, we are doing more than commissioning projects. We are lighting a pathway to healthier homes, stronger families, empowered women, safer communities, and a more prosperous Nigeria. This is the true meaning of public service, when policy leaves the pages of government documents and enters the kitchen, market, businesses, and daily life of our people. On behalf of the federal government of Nigeria, I convey my profound appreciation to Alhaji Aliko Dangote, chairman of Dangote Group, Sterling Global, Saimeka Ofo Foundation, NNPC, Ethnic Petroleum, Decade of Gas sponsors, Premium Trust, and other distinguished ladies and gentlemen that have yielded support, which support has reflected a commendable sense of national responsibility, partnership, and confidence in the renewed hope vision to expand clean energy access, strengthen household, empower women, and advance shared prosperity across Nigeria. I warmly congratulate the governor and the people of Akwa Ibom State, the authority chief executive of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, the executive secretary of NCDMB, and the coordinating director of Decade of Gas, members of the ministerial team, our implementing partners, and all distinguished invited dignitaries whose dedication, counsel, partnership, and institutional support have made this day possible. To the women and household who will benefit from this initiative, I say receive this opportunity with responsibility. Use it with wisdom, and let it become a foundation for safety, enterprise, dignity, and progress. We renewed hope, confidence in the vision of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and with faith that this initiative will touch lives, empower women, create jobs, and strengthen communities. I hereby declare the Akwa Ibom State launch of the Rural Women Empowerment Initiative for Entrepreneurship Development and the pilot activation of the Decade of Gas National Grassroot LPG Penetration open. And to say this, I have to sincerely tell my Akwa Ibom people, and of course the governor has been saying it, it has never happened like this before. These leaders have come to chart the new course, to deliver dividends of democracy to Nigerian people. Yesterday, INEC declared that election campaign should begin. And as a representative of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, whose authority I stand here to talk to you, I want to plead, and under the permission of the governor, and that of the Senate President, who is here represented by the wife, the Deputy Governor, the Coordinating Officer of the Office of the First Lady, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, if a president has been so magnanimous to usher in this kind of goodies to his people in our dear country, should we vote for him for a second term? Praise the Lord. Now, bringing peace to the state. And of course, unanimously, declare this hall open for all of us. Should we support him for a second term? The voice of the people constitutes the voice of God Almighty. So shall it be done in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Thank you very much, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are celebrating the Honorable Minister, can you do it better? Honor him. Appreciate him. And of course, he ended his keynote address on a very high note, reminding us there that we have entered the season yet again where good work, good leadership should be rewarded, as they say, with a demand for more work by re-electing these leaders who have done us good to go on, to continue to lead us, and of course, as we continue to enjoy the dividends of democracy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the moment where we are going to be listening to the address from the host governor, the governor of Akwa Ibom State. But let me mention, even before I invite him, that whereas with some other events, his address would be the last, and thereafter we take the anthems, for today, he has permitted that the order should change a bit. That is to say that after he speaks, this event will continue, but I'm sure that you understand the demands of his office. That said, please permit me to ask you to put your hands together as we invite His Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Omoyeno, PhD, for his address at this very remarkable event as we continue to enjoy the giftings and the dividends of good leadership coming from the federal government to Akwa Ibom State today. The governor, please.
Thank you. Please, let's take our seats. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Your Excellency, the wife of the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Ekai Sinbom, Dr. Mrs. Ekaite Unoma Akpabio. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of our state, Senator Dr. Akon Eyari. The Coordinator of the Office of the First Lady, my beautiful daughter, Helen Eno Obaraki. Distinguished senators and members of the House of Representatives that are here, the Honorable Minister of State, Petroleum, Resources, Gas, Obong Ememekwerikweekpo, and your beloved wife, the representative of the Honorable Ministers for Women Affairs, Youth Development that are here, we recognize you. The DG of our campaign that is here, Your Excellency, Ambassador Assam, members of the diplomatic corps that are here with us, the chairman of our party, the All Progressive Congress, Akwa Ibom State chapter, Obong, the great Stephen Torekpo, yes. I didn't know they invited Obong to you. I think I know of great Stephen Torekpo. And the Honorable Deputy Speaker that is here with us, Secretary to Government, all the members of the State Executive Council that are here. Please permit me to recognize all of our guests that came from Abuja and then bridge this protocol. I believe that everyone in this room have been recognized. Like Morgan said, we are trying to facilitate this so that I can catch up with other very important assignments. We had to come to honor this event for what it is, and particularly it's led by the Honorable Minister of Petroleum Gas, our son. And because it is an event that touches the livelihood of our rural people, our women, and we have to come to honor it. Let me, on behalf of the government and people of Akwa Ibom State, warmly welcome the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas, Obong MM, and his dear wife, and indeed all of the members of his entourage from Abuja for this program. We commend the federal government and the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Gas, for choosing Akwa Ibom to host this event today, having launched it in Bayelsa State. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to be part of the distribution and empowerment initiative, which is aimed to reach approximately 27,000 beneficiaries across the state. This program goes beyond the distribution of gas cylinders. It is about improving lives, protecting our environment, and delivering economic opportunities directly to 27,000 households. Today, we are not merely distributing LPG cylinders. We are distributing opportunity, enterprise, cleaner energy, but above all, we are delivering hope to Nigerians and to Akwa Ibomites in this case. By expanding access to clean cooking energy, we are helping families reduce energy costs, improve health outcomes, and protect women and children from the dangers associated with traditional cooking fuels. This initiative is fully aligned with the federal government's Decade of Gas program and Nigeria's transition towards cleaner and more sustainable energy resources. Akwa Ibom State is open for business and ready to partner with investors across the entire gas value chain. We are already strategically positioned as one of Nigeria's leading oil and gas producing states with abundant resources, growing infrastructure, a peaceful investment climate, and an administration committed to industrialization and economic growth. We therefore invite investors to take advantage of these emerging opportunities in LPG bottling plants, cylinder manufacturing and maintenance centers, gas storage facilities, transportation and logistics, clean cooking solutions, gas processing, petrochemicals, gas-based manufacturing, and energy infrastructure. Our administration remains committed to providing an enabling environment through transparent governance, infrastructure development, ease of doing business reforms, and strong collaboration with the private sector. We believe that gas is not merely a commodity. It is a catalyst for industrialization, job creation, MSME development, and long-term prosperity. Today's program, therefore, demonstrates that Akwa Ibom is not only a producer of gas resources, but it is increasingly becoming a destination for gas-based investments and downstream gas utilization projects. We are particularly pleased that this program prioritizes women, youths, and vulnerable households. Empowering women creates a multiplier effect that strengthens families, communities, and local economies. This program emphasizes on entrepreneurship, skill development, and economic inclusion. It complements our state government's broader vision of creating sustainable livelihoods and expanding economic opportunities for our people. In October this year, the women will be empowered, 300 women in each ward will be empowered through the women cooperative. That has already been, I think they finished their identification profiling. And October this year, every ward of this state, 369 wards, 110,000 women will be empowered in their cooperatives so that they can further key into these grassroots development programs. Every woman that we empower will turn around to empower a household, then the communities. And this starts from the grassroots level. So from October, all is set. Fundings are available. And from ward to ward, local government to local government, the women will go around empowering other women so that they can be involved in small, medium enterprises, using this gas to do a lot of things. The other day, the First Lady of the nation talked about small business, selling akara, doing groundnut. People were making jest of it. I can tell you, standing here, my daytime job before I got this job was selling akara. And you know that we had an akara shop. And every month we used to make 10 million naira from that shop because we sold it well. It depends, every business depends on how you run it. And you can start small and grow it. So when we talk of small businesses, please don't make jest of it. For these local women, the Honorable Minister talked about the empowerment of 100,000 now. It may not mean anything to you in the city, but to a woman in the village, 100,000 means a lot. That woman they can get together and they can have a small Susu committee. They use the money. They can go buy fish from Oron. We are building Oron now, and we'll soon launch it before the end of the year. We are going to empower our fishermen. They are going to go to fish. The military boats will be there to protect them. You can buy from there, and you can sell in your small communities. You can sell gari, you can sell beans. So that's 100,000 naira that seems to be nothing to those of us in the city. To a rural woman who knows what to do, who can put things together. Some of us sitting here, our parents were involved in petty trading to send us to school. And so to that woman in the village is a lot of money. And so I want to thank the Honorable Minister. And we believe that when this cooperative money comes, women will know how to manage it. If you give a man 100,000 naira, it may not mean anything to him. In fact, he just takes it, he goes out there. By the time he comes back in the evening, he's asking the wife for another money. But if you give a woman 100,000 naira, a woman who has children, she knows what to do. The next time, and you know that for everything you put in a woman, she multiplies it back to you. So if you take this 100,000 naira, ask the woman in 3 months, she would have multiplied that money back. That's why I believe in supporting women. Because if you build the women, you build the nation. So please, we look forward to continuing to work with you. And let me assure the women that we believe in what you are doing. We trust in what you are doing. The federal government has demonstrated capacity. You know, the Nigerian for Women program, where we have now about 60 palm oil refineries that has been built across the state. You can come together. You can do business together. The women daily are being mobilized and empowered to get involved in enterprise, and they are doing well. All of this is to strengthen you so that you will already know that this is a government from the federal to the state level that has worked for you. Don't mind anybody coming to tell you, I will do this, I will do that. Mind the one that is doing it already, and you are seeing it with your eyes. A bird in hand is worth 100 birds in the bush. As we go into campaign and go into election, don't mind what people promise you. Hold on to the one you already have and make good use of it. Many times, you know, it's easier to promise than to deliver. Ask them, when you were there before, what did you do? Show us your report card. To be the president of a nation is not a joke. Yesterday, I was watching TV with my daughter. I saw somebody talking, wants to be the president, and I listened. I just said, please turn off this TV. I don't want to tell you the rest. Because you couldn't hear any tangible thing. It's easier to condemn. It's easier to, look, let me say something. If someone lost the child at birth, that child is always growing bigger than the ones alive. And because they will always tell, if my child was alive, it would have been bigger than you by now, but the child is not there. Take the one that is alive and walk with that child and grow that child. You don't know what it is, what an office is, until you get into that office. So to manage a nation, to put us together and then begin to work together, we still live as a nation, is not easy. That's why sometimes when people yap me as a governor, I don't really bother. You know why? I say, if it's only this one state, when they yap me, like I say, I pity the president too. If it's only this one state, they can yap me like this. How about a man who is overseeing 36 states and Abuja? It's easier to talk, but this is the job. And as we get to the campaign, don't listen to what people tell you. Don't listen to all this small side talk. Campaign is not won on social media. Elections will not be won on social media. All of this empowerment is to make you strong so that on the day of voting, you go out there and vote for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu so that to continue. If you are a student here, you know that a lot of money has been pumped into NEL fund, and you can now take loan and go to school. That is what this administration has done. Then you vote for our son, the Senate president, who has worked very effectively and efficiently with the president to make sure that there's no rancor between the executive and the legislature. We vote for him to go back and continue his good work. And I believe in Akwa Ibom. Is there any other party? There's no party. There's no party. When the time comes, they will see. Because we will put our report cards out, you know, and we ask them to match it. So please, let's get ready. Use this money well. Stand your ground and do your business. Government is providing the enabling environment. We are matching it with the federal government. And we are believing that a true, better Nigeria is possible, where we'll all arise with renewed hope to face the things that are before us and take the opportunities that are available to us and our children. On that note, I'd like to welcome all of you and to thank you for coming, and trust that by the grace of God, this event will go well, and then we will finish, we'll conclude, and the next time I see some of you women, you'll be able to tell me, this gas I got, this money I got, this is what I have produced. Will that be so? Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. Please, thank you very much. We'll plead with His Excellency to just remain on stage for another 2 minutes for the symbolic presentation or distribution of the cylinders. Itoro, please, can you come with the 5 beneficiaries? Let them come up now, please. Please, now, from the left aisle, I'd like to respectfully invite the Honorable Minister, the Coordinating Director, Minister for Youths represented, the wife of our Senate President, the Deputy Governor, Coordinator Office of the First Lady, to please join His Excellency the Governor here. We'll just present to 5 beneficiaries, 27,000 homes targeted in Akwa Ibom State, 5 million homes targeted in Nigeria. But we'll just present to 5 beneficiaries for today, and then that will be it. Please just waiting for all of the guests are invited to come up and stand with the governor. The beneficiaries, please, where you are standing is just enough. Thank you. The wife of the Senate President is approaching. The first presentation will be done by His Excellency the Governor. So please, Mr. B, come around, please. Respectfully, Ma, you can approach to receive these from the Governor. May I emphasize that these are just symbolic presentations. 27,000 homes are targeted in Akwa Ibom State and 5 million in the entire country. We'll just present these 5 symbolic presentations. Thank you. Please give it to the wife of the Senate President to present the next. Please come around. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Please, let's give it to the Deputy Governor next. Please, when you receive, you can go down this way. Thank you, Ma. I celebrate you. Congratulations. Please, let's give the next one to the Coordinator Office of the First Lady. Yes, please, Ma, come around. Thank you very much. Please, the last one you give to the representative of the Minister for Youth, represented here. That is the last. For now, symbolic presentations. I'm emphasizing that we have 27,000 homes targeted so that the report will not think that we're presenting 5 cylinders here. It's very important, please, and 5 million across the country. Please, can we put our hands together to celebrate them? This photograph is already beautiful, so you can take it as we stand down. Thank you very much, Your Excellencies. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Please, we go back to our seats. This event has not ended, as I earlier announced. Please, we go back to our seats. This event has not ended. Let the podium return. I'll be glad to hand over proceedings to Akan David, who would take us on moving forward. I'm sure you already enjoyed his work before I arrived. Please, this event has not ended. Let's return to our seats and let's be properly coordinated as we are known for in Akwa Ibom State. Thanking yet again His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for numerous reasons, including appointing our son minister, and of course for the event of today. The next voice you hear is that of Akan David. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful afternoon it is to have the Golden Governor address this Golden Assembly this afternoon. And thank you very much to His Excellency the Governor for that wonderful remark at this event. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, right on the heels of that, I just allow music to just play for a few minutes, music, while we take on the next address, the next goodwill message at this wonderful event. Thank you very much indeed. DJ, thank you. Music, thank you very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this event is far from done. We'll take a few goodwill messages before we move to the very tail of this event. I'll just list out those who are required to do a goodwill at this event, who have Seplat Energy. Just after that, we're going to have the president of the Nigerian Association of Liquefied Petroleum Gas Marketers, give a goodwill at this event. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and thank you very much indeed. Like the governor had said, there is no need to be in a hurry. Akwa Ibom State is safe, Akwa Ibom State is secured, Akwa Ibom State is protected. Akwa Ibom State has become a global destination for all and sundry by reason of the beautiful things that His Excellency the Governor and our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing at the national level. DJ, can we have some music while we just wait for this to happen in a moment? Thank you very much.
There's been a lot of toasting. Lots of guys have been up to her, but she told them she was waiting for the one that God was sent to fulfill a kind of craving, a special kind of loving, one with lot of understanding. Come rain, come shining. People started to say that she wanted more than a Mr. Right. All that she wanted was a man that sees the light. They say she's a fool for being uptight, when all that she wants is good love, not be fight. Special kind of girl, hard to come by. This kind of girl, I want to make my wife. You're the one, say no more. Don't bother about what the people say, cause I say, every time that I look into your
to the stage alongside his wife. I'm also going to invite the chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Akwa Ibom State, to also do that. Please, I invite that the Honorable Minister please invite his dear wife to please come to the stage for another round of presentation just before Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor, takes a leave at this event. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Akwa Ibom State. This is very beautiful. And just today we've had a very golden atmosphere. Why not? Because we had the Golden Governor join us today. And so it's a beautiful event. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of State Petroleum, Gas. We thank you so much for all you do. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sure. Another round of presentations of the LPG cylinders to take place now at the instance of the Honorable Minister. The representative of the Minister of Youth, please join us. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you so very much. A continuation of the signatory presentation of 27,000 LPG cylinders in Akwa Ibom State in a bid to reaching the 5 million across Nigeria by 2030. And so right about now, the representative of the Minister of Youth Development presenting to herself a rep of the youth of this country, an NYSC core member. Please, a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. This is very beautiful. The APC State Chairman, also on standby to do that. Let's have the ED, the Coordinating Director of A Decade of Gas, present to another beneficiary at this event. Thank you. Please, a round of applause. Beautiful. Let's go all the way now to the very vocal and eloquent chairman of the All Progressives Congress in Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Stephen Ntugekpo. Thank you very much for doing this for us. Thank you very much indeed. And a wonderful member of the House of Representatives, representing the good people of Abak Etmekpo Ika in the House of Reps, Honorable Clement Jimbo. Thank you very much for doing this with us and for us. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you so very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the ongoing presentation by the wife of the Honorable Minister State, Petroleum Resources, Gas. Thank you, Madam. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. We'll take two more. This time around, himself presenting the hard-working, very innovative Minister of State, Petroleum Resources, Gas, Right Honorable Ekperikpe Ekpo, PhD. Thank you very much. You can see the smiles on the faces of the recipient. Beautiful. Please, right about now, just let's have a picture together alongside the Minister, the Deputy Governor, before she steps out. Thank you very much. And thank you very much. This is for the press. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for sitting up until this very wonderful segment of this event. Thank you. Please, the beneficiaries can just join before you step out, ma'am. Thank you. The beneficiaries, please. All the persons who have got the cylinder this afternoon. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. We cannot thank the Honorable Minister enough for such innovation. Thank you very much, sir, for this wonderful and beautiful innovation. Thank you, Your Excellency, Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State, for such love to sit in up until this time, despite your very busy schedule. Thank you, Your Excellencies. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem, please. May we rise as we take the national anthem at this event. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. The DJ.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all and proud to serve our sovereign fatherland.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It has been very wonderful being with you this afternoon in Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria, at the launch of the National Grassroots LPG Penetration Program of the Decade of Gas Initiative of the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Gas. Thank you very much. We love that you could come. We appreciate your presence. My name is Akan David. It has been an absolute honor being your host at this event. Thank you, and thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Well-defined mandate to unlock Nigeria's vast gas potential and turn it into an engine of economic growth, energy security, and prosperity. For decades, Nigeria's oil and gas portfolios were largely managed under one ministerial structure. Ekperekpe's appointment marked a deliberate unbundling and a renewed focus on natural gas. For a nation that is by nature a gas province with associated oil, years of limited investment, inadequate infrastructure, and insufficient attention had left much of this wealth underutilized. 3 years after his appointment, Nigeria's gas story is changing. Proven reserves have risen to 215.19 trillion cubic feet, while CNG infrastructure is expanding with more cars, buses, trucks, and stations running on gas.
I really thank God Almighty for the provision of this CNG. In fact, it is helping us a lot in this situation of the country now. Fuel very high, but when we come to CNG, it is very, very lasting. You know, they consume it so easy, so it lasts more than fuel, and it's very just affordable. We really thank God for the people who made it possible for us to get this CNG.
LPG is supporting the clean cooking transition. Gas is strengthening the foundation for power generation and industrialization. Gas is also being positioned as Nigeria's transition fuel, reducing reliance on diesel and heavy fuel oil, while supporting cleaner energy and decarbonization. Notably, the Obiafu-Obrikom-Oben OB3 pipeline, a critical link between Nigeria's eastern and western gas networks, has overcome its defining engineering challenge with the completion of the River Niger crossing, as well as the Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano AKK pipeline nearing completion too. Together, these projects are extending the reach of Nigerian gas and laying the foundation for a more integrated national gas network.
We all know the story of the AKK. I don't need to start telling you about it. But one of the biggest challenges that the project has faced was ability to cross the River Niger. Some very tough technical challenges. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to announce to you today that we have crossed the Niger. Please permit me, Honorable Minister Gas. Please, they can remain standing. Please, you have to stand up, sir. Please, sir. Please, these two gentlemen are outstanding. Thank you, sir.
Also worthy of mention is that under Ekperekpe, Nigeria has deepened regional and global gas partnerships, advancing connections within West Africa and Morocco, Algeria, and Equatorial Guinea, while strengthening engagement across the United States, Europe, and Asia, thus expanding regional energy access and opening new pathways to international markets. While the minister pursues this national and international mandate, he has not forgotten his roots. Akwa Ibom, one of Nigeria's major gas-endowed states. In the last 3 years, Obong has worked to ensure that Akwa Ibom is not merely a producer of gas, but a beneficiary of the opportunities emerging from the growing gas economy. He has also supported efforts towards securing up to 20 billion naira in MDGIF funding for Nsik oil and gas, with potential for greater gas utilization, infrastructure, and employment. He has also championed CNG infrastructure in the state, including CNG daughter and conversion stations. The groundbreaking Guelph Gas Limited CNG mother station in Ibesipua Sutan local government area is a major milestone. With a capacity of 3 million standard cubic feet of gas per day, the facility in Ibesipua Sutan will supply commercial and industrial customers across the south-south and southeast regions of the country. With the minister's support, Akwa Ibom has attracted a $3.5 billion gas infrastructure and industrialization deal involving the Akwa Ibom State Government, NNPC Limited, and the Gas Aggregator Company Nigeria, aimed at transforming the South-South into a major value addition industrial hub.
Our vision must be clear: to turn gas into jobs, gas into power, gas into industries, and ultimately gas into prosperity for our people.
For Ekperikpeko, development is not only about pipelines, plants, and investments. It is about people. No fewer than 65 Akwa Ibom indigents have secured gainful employment across federal government agencies, parastatals, and institutions through opportunities facilitated by Obong Ekperikpeko. Others have benefited from Petroleum Technology Development Fund (PTDF) scholarships and other capacity-building opportunities. Through the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, Ekperikpeko has also facilitated training and retraining programs in Akwa Ibom, strengthening manpower development and preparing people for emerging opportunities in the energy sector. More than 3,800 women and youths have received empowerment support, while CNG-powered tricycles have been donated to youths to support livelihoods and create sustainable sources of income. LPG cylinders have also been distributed to households in support of cleaner cooking. Medical outreaches have been held across Ukanafon, Etimekbo, Ika, and Abak, bringing healthcare closer to communities. In education, modern ICT centers have been attracted to Etinan, Oron, Etimekbo, Ika, Uyo, Iket, Itu, Ikorekbene, Ikorabasi, Esireket, Ikono, and Esienudum, with more coming. At Ika Comprehensive High School, Ikorakbanawa, the recently commissioned ICT center has 50 networked computers, smart board technology, and high-speed internet connectivity. Communities have also benefited from solar-powered reticulated water projects and solar streetlights, improving access to water, security, and quality of life. In all of these, the Minister of State, Petroleum Resources, Gas, Right Honorable Ekperikpeko, understands that development is faster when people work together. Working with the President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, and the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umoino, PhD, Obong has helped strengthen Akwa Ibom's connection to the center and advance cooperation in the overall interest of the state.
He went somewhere in Singapore, and then they asked the question that was not related to gas. It was purely on petroleum resources. They thought it was not really answered. But it answered so well that when I met somebody in Example, President said, oh, that young man is very intelligent. I'll tell you the grace of it. Thank you for coming on board. As the Minister of Petroleum Gas.
And for our Minister, to thank you for the refineries the states long due. We've been truly overwhelmed. To think of peace, to really your peaceful disposition and really helped us. And I want to commend you for the role you played in our transition from the old to the new. You played a role, and for that peaceful role, remember I kept asking you, are you sure of this journey? Are you sure of this journey? And you tell me all will be well. So far, so good. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for who you are.
3 years into a national mandate, Right Honorable Obongeme Ekperigwegbo remains focused on the responsibility entrusted in him by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That responsibility now carries a wider regional and global dimension. As President of the Gas Exporting Countries Forum, GECF Ministerial Meeting for 2026, Ekpo is strengthening Nigeria's voice in global gas dialogue and cooperation. He also serves as chairman of the Committee of Ministers of the West African Gas Pipeline Project, providing leadership to the regional initiative transporting Nigerian gas to Benin, Togo, and Ghana. From the gas beneath the soil to the lives being touched above it, the message is simple. Resources must become opportunities. Opportunities must become prosperity. And prosperity must improve lives. So, as we celebrate 3 years of service and impact, the milestone so far achieved and more achievements to be recorded, let's also appreciate Right Honorable Obongeme Ekperigwegbo, PhD, Nigeria's Minister of State, Petroleum Resources, Gas, President of the 2026 Gas Exporting Countries Forum GECF Ministerial Meeting, Chairman of the Committee of Ministers for the West African Gas Pipeline Project, a proud son and a worthy ambassador of Akwa Ibom State.
Good day, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the bio.
to the glory of God.